Amit Shah became India's longest-serving Union Home Minister today. He has served the country for 2,258 days. Mr. Shah took charge as Home Minister in the Modi government's second term on May 30th, 2019. As Home Minister, he has broken the record of BJP veteran leader Lal Krishna Advani. Mr. Advani served as the country's Home Minister for a total of 2,256 days from March 19, 1998 to May 22, 2004. At the NDA parliamentary party meeting held today, PM Modi hailed Amit Shah and also spoke about some historic milestones achieved during his tenure. The notable feat comes on a day, the 5th of August, when the country is celebrating the 6th anniversary of Article 370 and its abrogation. The move that marked the end or an end to Jammu and Kashmir's special status and integrated it with the mainland. Let's have a look at Home Minister's achievements, and then of course we will also entertain some opinions from some of our panelists. All right, first up, what the important milestone that was, or is going to be remembered by Mr. Amit Shah is, of course, the Article 370 and the abrogation of Article 370, something that was not done before. In fact, the muscular outlook towards changing Kashmir started with the abrogation of Article 370. While number of Maoist affected districts reduced to just 6 from 180 to 6 from 2014. That is a big deal. In fact, the Home Minister has vowed several times that he wants to end this menace in the country. He, in fact, brought about reforms to the Indian criminal justice system with the 3 new laws as well. This was something which was done because it was felt that a number of these laws were imperialistic and archaic in nature. They needed to be transformed. He implemented the Citizenship Amendment Act as well. Well, not in its entirety, but definitely something that he thought is going to make a difference when it comes to illegal immigrants crossing over into the country. And of course, the matter of citizenship. India's first cooperative minister to strengthen cooperatives at the grassroots level as well. Something that he's known for doing in Gujarat as well as a young member of the Bharatiya Janata Party. 12 peace accords were signed in the northeast. 11,000 youth gave up arms. Now, this is something which is always going to be remembered as a crowning glory for Amit Shah. He spearheaded the smart policing mission to enhance sensitivity, accountability. Technology in the police force was also something that the Home Minister brought in, and that has served only the citizens of the country to feel more safe and secure as well. In fact, the Bharat Pol portal was created to tackle transnational crimes and enable cooperation with 195 countries by all Indian agencies, thus also putting India on the map and making coordination with agencies like Interpol extremely sensitive and important as well. So what has been Amit Shah's crowning glory? What has he been able to deliver that no other Home Minister in the past could do so? We'll talk about this with our guest. Joining us at this point in time is Mr. Sumit Peer, senior political commentator. Mr. Gautam Mukherjee, senior journalist, also joins us on the show. Himanshu Bhatt, senior journalist, also with us on the program. Thank you, gentlemen, for being a part of this conversation. Sumit Peer, I'll begin with you. Well, in your opinion, what has been that one salient aspect of Home Minister Amit Shah's tenure that has not only propelled India and its socio-economic fabric forward, but has also cultivated a sense of safety and security, not only in the valley, but the rest of the country as well?
Vinny, thank you very much for having me on your show. And, it's a good question to begin with. When you talk of Amit Shah, to really quantify and come down on one is something difficult, but I'll try my best. I think the best thing which I can think is 370. I can think of PFI. I can think of Naxalites. I can send off those big kind of armed surrenders which have happened in Northeast. I can think of controlling a lot of menace in Manipur, which was not within India's problem, which was orchestrated by China, Pakistan, and a part of even CIA doing the dirty work. So when you look at all these 4 or 5 things, then of course the what we call the Nyaya Pranalika, the judicial reforms. And if we look at one credible achievement which nobody talks of, Modi and Amit Shah put together as a combo. Look, this country does not have mafia. This country does not have bahubalis. There was a time 15, 20 years back, all these Bahubalis and mafias had started cropping up everywhere. And they were controlling their own small, small territories. And today, under the able leadership of Amit Shah ji, Modi ji, and of course Yogi Adityanath ji, all those so-called Bahubalis, those mafias, they have eliminated. Look at the amount of crackdowns NIA has done on organized crime, which nobody talks about. Look at how you have kind of rejuvenated IB. Look at the nationwide crackdowns which keep on happening on drugs. I mean, why don't we credit Amit Shah about those big containers of drugs which were caught in Gujarat and some other ports? If that money would have come into our system, that could have raised havoc. Look at the kind of operations we have been able to do within Kashmir and outside across the LOC. So if you look at this man, I think the position, if I compare him with the UPA Home Minister when 2611 happened, I think the only gentleman was changing his clothes and coming and giving the media bites. From that era, when there was a live telecast of what the NSG is doing, and Hafiz Saeed's favorite journalist was covering that. From that era to this era, I think there's a 360-degree change. This man has changed the expectations, the benchmark, the standard of a Home Minister of India. This is no longer a reactive Home Minister. He is a very, very proactive and a action-oriented Home Minister. The good thing about Amit Shah is he doesn't talk too much. He's not a man of words, but he's a man of action. His enemies, his rivals, and Desh ke Gaddar, and the enemies of the nation really fear this man because you know he will hit you and you will never know what has hit you. That is the USP of this man. The list is endless, Vineet. But overall, strengthening the country, strengthening the border, getting rid of those nefarious elements. And I'm proud to say there is no mafia in India. There's no mafia lord. There is no Bahubali in India. These all have been decimated. And people don't talk about it because if you go to some of the most advanced countries like Japan and all, still Japan is run by Yakuza. If you look at the crimes in Queens, it's mind-boggling today. I mean, you can't walk in the day in the Queens. That is United States of America. Oh, likewise, there are so many things. If you look at the crime in, for example, in LA, if you look at the crime in France, if you look at the crime in Russia, mind-boggling numbers. But that way, we have controlled things to a great, great, great extent. The credit goes to this man, credit goes to Modi ji, and whatever is done in UP, credit goes to Yogi ji for doing a fantastic work there. So these are the achievements wherein you set up the benchmark. And even giving powers to NIA, even fighting for the NIA, because there have been a lot of legal battles which have been going on. Even if you look at the major economic offenders, now it's a matter of time. We're going to get them back home. They're all kind of, it's a matter of days and months. And look at that aspect wherein Pakistan could easily smuggle in drugs and all. Now the drugs and drug peddlers don't reach India. They disappear somewhere in between. That is where the credit goes to the man. It's a long list. I mean, honestly, if you want me to sum it up in 5 minutes or not, it's a long list. But the legacy of Amit Shah is 370. And there is a silent legacy also, which people don't recognize. Though the credit goes to Modi ji, but when the Ram Mandir happened, a lot of people threatened us, oh, खून की नदियां बहेंगी, तिरंगे को कंधा देने वाला कोई नहीं मिलेगा. We have heard all kind of these rhetorical dialogues. But when Ram Mandir happened, this man controlled the law and order of the entire country. Not even a drop of blood was spilled. That is also a credit which goes to the man. So the list is endless. I can keep on going on and on.
Okay, fair enough. Gautam,
Fantastic work.
What's on top of your list when you talk about the Home Minister and how he's been able to pull off a number of things, which were deemed difficult, if not impossible, by the previous regimes?
Well, the top of the list is definitely the abrogation of Article 370 and 35A in a masterful fashion with elaborate planning, but execution was done almost in a matter of minutes. And it was so expert because it wasn't abolished, it was put in abeyance, abrogation, as in abeyance. The thing became dormant. And by doing that, it had no effect, and the entire process in Jammu and Kashmir has been changed. There are some much smaller problems still. And I think POJK is a work in progress, which is being continuously referred to of late. For years together, POK was something that, yes, we had to do something about, but we never talked about it so frequently and so in such a forthright manner, whether it's the Home Minister or the Defense Minister or the Prime Minister. The second thing is, if you remember, Manmohan Singh said internal insurgency, as in the Naxalites, the so-called Gandhians with guns, as Arundhati Roy described them, have been virtually eliminated by Amit Bhai. And it is a, thing to behold, because they've killed thousands of security personnel, thousands of villagers and innocents. They've made their territories almost impossible to visit. There are movies on it now, which I watched with fascination, because and the Naxalite movement, of course, began in Bengal, and like all such things, including the good and the bad. But it is practically wiped out. As far as Manipur and the Northeast goes, I think it's a work in progress. Some these accords I've never had much faith in. I've seen Rajiv Gandhi signed lots of them, and they all came to naught. But a strong arm, as in killing of dissidents, killing of different factions, capturing their weapons, which is also going on alongside, is, I think, effective. And now the latest, which there's very little talk on, is this attack inside Myanmar to eliminate a lot of the Ulfa that are housed over there. So this is a work in progress, but wherever a strong arm is used, and I would believe that Amit Bhai Shah has something to do with it, in addition to the Defense Ministry, of course. I think it's been very effective. As far as the NIA goes, as Sumit says, yes, it's certainly more active, proactive. How effective it is vis-a-vis our, very leftist and entrenched judiciary is another matter, because the judiciary seems to eliminate cases which have been carefully built up on technical grounds, technicalities rather. For example, letting everybody off for the blasts in Mumbai, which have now gone to the Supreme Court. When they hear it, it'll be very interesting to see what they do. They've stayed it for the moment. So, you've got a problem with the judiciary. Whether Amit Bhai and Modi can do something about that in the rest of this term up to 29, if they can, then much of what is left on the anvil will go a lot faster. Vineet.
Mr. Himanshu Bhatt, same question to you, but let's also try and understand that, why the Prime Minister has been able to do a lot of things abroad and cultivate a very robust foreign policy is also because, he did not have to worry about a lot of things because of Amit Shah, which were happening back home.
Yes, that's the point basically, So many things have been said by, previous speakers. I'm not going to repeat them. What I'm going to add to that is that, interdependability and the confidence among each other. Now, what's happening is we are seeing our Prime Minister on a 4-day, 5-day, 7-day, 4-nation trip, and here the sunset goes on. Because he knows very well Amit Bhai will tackle it and tackle it properly. Now see this dependence and there's this, confidence in each other. Now that has not come, overnight. It's been there even in Gujarat. And don't forget the facts of history, See, when you see the history of BJP, you will see Amit Bhai was a Minister of State of Home Affairs in Gujarat government for 5 years, last 5 years of Modi's government. Then he was a president of BJP. And mind you, Vinit, let me tell you something today on a public broadcast which says, there is a huge section of BJP workers who call him Mota Bhai. Amit Shah is called as a Mota Bhai. For them, Narendra Modi is a fatherly figure. So if they want to say something, they say it to the Mota Bhai. Now this is what that Bon Homie, which has been set up, is actually working for India, for Bharat. And when India becomes totally Bharat, you will see all the fruits that are being realized. And that's where, this Amit Shah and Narendra Bhai Modi tango, as they call it, is happening and happening for real. There are detractors. There are things which are done. But, can you imagine, we never thought in our lifetime that something like, abrogation of 370, abolition of, Kashmir being a part of India. Well, nobody thought so. Nobody thought so that the entire Naxal corridor could be wiped out but for few districts now. We had a situation at a time when UPA was ruling that the entire Naxal corridor was on the verge of eating up the country. Now that's been contained and contained to a few districts at the most now. And government can officially show that. Now that itself, is a proof enough. People at times say, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. You eat what you had in 2018 or 2008. And now you eat today. You will exactly find that, this combination of Amit Shah and Narendra Modi has done wonders for the country from the back doors. And people are not realizing it. It will take a generation to realize, this. It's after 10 years that people will say, yes, it was Amit Shah under Narendra Modi which did this.
Okay, all right. Sumit, I saw your hand go up. Any points before we wrap up?
To make one very direct comparison here, in UP, I have seen, forget the changing of the dress during the Mumbai attacks. Forget calling 26/11 RSS ki sazish. Forget allowing the live telecast for Hafiz Muhammad Sayyid to exactly plan the attack. Forget doing all those disasters, what they have done. But even when it came to parliament, our own parliament, we were scared to name Pakistan. We were scared to call up the names and forget doing the Operation Sindoor and things like that. We'll not even try to tackle the terrorists because we are told that they will come back, Pakistan will come back. Now look at and in UPA tenure, any of the home minister, including those who said that whatever Modi knows about economy can be written on the back of a stamp, postal stamp, and they recently were helping Pakistan and saying are the Pahalgam attackers really from Pakistan. Now from those days, what the world would have seen India, and from the day when Amit Shah stands up and says, "Jaan de ke bhi POK lenge," you see the aggression of the man. You see the way he conducts it. You see the way he replies. And in Operation Mahadev, you saw his statement. He said, हाँ सर पे गोली मारी थी लोगों ने बोला था सर में गोली मारी थी जातियों के I mean these people of the terrorists of Pahalgam were shot in the head because people wanted them to be shot in the head. That masculinity in the approach, that Bharatiyata in the approach and calling out the shot, yes, we will take POK, come what may, yes, we will do it. Because this is the Home Minister of Bharat, and there was a Home Minister of Bharat who will even shy not to take Pakistan's name, who will say, oh, there are forces, there are elements, there are those people, there are those, क्या मतलब दाएं बाएं की बात. Now he rarely calls out, हाँ इंडस वाटर ट्रीटी में पानी नहीं देंगे, गोली चलाओगे तो गोला चलाएंगे. This is the kind of foreign minister you want. This is the kind of home minister you want. गोली चलाओगे तो गोला चलाओगे, नहीं देंगे पानी. Will not give you the water in Indus water. कभी नहीं देंगे, जा करो जो करना है. That is what sends the chill down the spine of your enemies. That is what is required to be said from the parliament, and this man has the capability not only of talking it but also of delivering it. That is what makes him different from all others. That masculinity in the approach, that हाँ करके दिखाएंगे, and people in Pakistan are scared of him. Because people in Pakistan are really scared of him. They know ये Amit bhai, Modi ji bole na bole, but if this man said something, you'll do it. Tomorrow you don't know what the hell is going to come to Pakistan. So they that fear and paranoia which lives in the hearts and minds and flows through the vein of Pakistan is very, very important, Vineet, because more than action, the fear of action is more productive. And that is what this man has brilliantly brought to the table. Now, we don't expect the Home Minister of India to be dilly-dallying or nefarious elements, nefarious characters, those international forces. No, Pakistan, Lashkar-e-Toiba, Jihad, Islamic terror, whatever it is, hum marenge, we'll kill up all them. So that thing which India has come up, wherein we are calling our operations Operation Mahadev, and proudly so. And proudly so. We are not calling it Red Rose, Blue Panther. नहीं, Mahadev बोलने का है ना, Sindoor बोलने का, Mahadev बोलने का, and proudly so. And we should be doing it. I mean, this is what the country is. This is what that house of country is. By tan Hindu, man Hindu. यहाँ का तो जीवन Hindu है ना. So why are we shying away from that? And this is the credit which Amit Shah ji and Modi ji has got to this country. And what Modi ji's vision was, who implemented it on the ground? Amit Shah ji. Who got things done on the ground? Amit Shah ji. So that is where the people will see the people who have done that tectonic change, who are swing the ties, who are change the benchmarks. So if anybody else comes tomorrow in place of Amit Bhai, he has to do something better, because this is the benchmark we need, not here. This is the benchmark. You have to at least match it or do better. That are the fundamental changes which you do in a platform or you do in a function wherein people are now have to do better than this, or at least match Amit Bhai Shah. Because anything below than that would not acceptable. Those days are gone when we say ये विदेशी शक्तियां कोई नहीं है भैया, पाकिस्तान है. Operation Sindoor continue है. Operation Mahadev चलेगा. These are the kind of things which the country and nation and people like you and me and millions of people watching this broadcast would want to know. And Amit Bhai Shah exactly talks the lingo of what is in your and my heart. If you are allowed to speak in Hindi, will be exactly speaking how he speaks. And that is where the connect is. That is how the masses vote for BJP, and that is where the leader comes in. That is where the leader of the Amit Shah comes in. He's not that, somebody who is put into the job and, he's using all those sophisticated English to talk about those wishy-washy things and think how do we let Pakistan go away, and how do we say, we still don't know the terrorists are from Pakistan. They might be homegrown terror, saffron terror. I mean, gone are those days, Vineet. This is history.
Fair enough. All right. We've run out of time. But appreciate the emotions and the sentiments brought in by each of our panelists when it comes to hailing and appreciating our Home Minister. He's indeed done a fabulous job.